Oh, welcome. I am your girl, Michelle Hope Walker. Hello, 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 hello. Okay, you all, I'm going to dive right in. Miami. What is going on in Miami? When I seen the pictures, and the thing is that the media just keeps showing it over and over again, I don't know, like they're happy or glorifying this. And I'm like, at first I was like, okay, I'm not even going to say okay. Okay. But then it just kept showing it, and it kept using it as an example of people out just running wild in the midst of COVID, just taking it even more out of context than what it really is. And then I'm seeing police chasing black kids. I guess they were throwing smoke bombs or all kind of little different stuff in the crowd. And I'm sitting here like, wait a minute. You know how you get to the point that you're like, wait a minute. This is a little bit too much. What is really going on? You start just questioning and you start thinking and you're like, what is really going on? This is racist. This is what this is. This is racism. To me, it seemed like a slavery, thing of slave masters chasing slaves. I don't know what is going on. I'm sitting here looking and I'm like, you know what? Now this is amazing. These kids, these are educated kids, majority of them, on their spring break, out there having fun. Now, yes, it is in the midst of COVID, but I get tired of them showing groups of black kids and black people together and using that as their example of condemning people for being out close together in the midst of COVID, when we have seen in the height of COVID virus, white kids out partying it up, no mask, no nothing. Not once did I see police chasing white kids spring breakers. I didn't, and it was in Florida. They just kept showing, oh, look at them. They just had us looking at them. But you didn't see police chasing them. You didn't see them throwing no smoke bombs. You didn't see them just doing all this stuff that they're doing to these black kids. The poor black kids just running around and they just got them. I'm like, what is really going on? What is really going on? You know what I'm saying? You have to pay attention. You have to really, I'm switching up, but I think this thing is too low. You have to really pay attention. You have to really pay attention to what is going on, because they will show you stuff and they will say stuff, and you have to use your own brain to think and be like, wait a minute now. When COVID hit and in the height of COVID, we seen white people running around, no mask, all together, all of this. And I didn't see police chasing nobody. Even at the Capitol on January 6th, you didn't see the police do how they doing these kids in Miami. It is wrong. And so I got to the point, I said, no, I got to speak on it. I can only take so much. I'm like, I got to tweet on it. And these days it's sad because we got to watch what we say, you know what I'm saying? Because they only want you to say what they want to say, what they want you to say and what they support you in. They don't want you to say nothing different from what they believe and what they want you to, so you get leery on tweeting certain things, But I was like, no, this is ridiculous. How they are treating these black kids in Miami. It is majority white. It might be some other races in there and maybe a few white people. I have never seen police chasing white college kids on a beach like they are doing these black kids. I'm like, this is ridiculous. So our kids can't go have fun? Our kids can't go enjoy a spring break? What is really going on? And I'm so tired of this. It's always when we gather, even out here in Los Angeles during BET when it's not COVID time. And I live in LA. So there's always stuff going on around the Staples Center, Microsoft Center, all this different stuff. But I always notice around BET time each year, there are more police presence. Whenever black people gather, there's more of a presence, and they always act like our stuff is more of a threat. Just the color of our skin, they tend to just all of a sudden call it a threat. Well, what makes it a threat? What maybe because the white kids was just out here all together, packed, or what makes it a threat? You could only be talking about the color of our skin. And then when they want to sit and talk about what they're doing this, they're doing that. Hold up, no, because the white kids are doing stuff too. My thing is, and that's why I say we have to stay prayed up, because they will sit there and talk about all the bad that they think and accuse our black kids of doing different stuff when the white kids doing all kind of stuff, but they just call it, oh, they young. They just give them a slap on the hand. They'll be all right. They'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? They don't do nothing. Don't even be a police out. My thing is, you need to be fair with it. If you're going to be out here chasing these black kids, you better be chasing these white kids. These kids, men out here on this, and again, white kids, I love y'all. So it's not anything get y'all. I'm just talking about the fair treatment. You know, y'all can relate in Black Lives Matter. Lots of white people and all kind of other races stood up for black people, and thank you all. It's sad, but we need you all to help stand up for us, for them to actually listen. The powers that be. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing the quotation, you know. But just sad, just wrong. So I couldn't take them. I'm like, wait a minute, what is going on? What is going on? And you can go back and look at my tweets. My Twitter is Hope_speaks. I'm like, so this theory of, and to me it's a white supremacist type theory, that white people can run around and do whatever they want to do. They don't have to abide by COVID. They can all get close together. And white people, they can do that. It's okay for them to be incompliant, as the police always like to say, because black people, they were incompliant. But white people doing the same thing. You know, I love the test years ago, and CNN, you might need to do something like this again. They gave black people and white people the same scripts, except the black people always got treated very negatively different from the white people. Same script, same clothes. I think they had on same everything, except just the color of the skin was different. And black people got treated more harsh and more aggressive, because that is what is going on. They're treating these kids more harsh and more aggressive. And I was so glad that even before I went on to do this video, I said, well, let me just see real quick before I even go on and do this video on what has changed. And I'm so glad to see the local NAACP there in Miami, I guess Miami-Dade County, they're speaking out, saying something, saying that this is right. I am so glad, because see, one reason that let the white people and these other people and the police get away with doing some of this stuff is because we got some of these old school black, I don't know if I want to call them old school, just black people that got this white supremacy mindset themselves. That, they doing something wrong. That's what they get. It's not about what they doing. White people be doing the same thing. But do you see police throwing smoke bombs and doing all the different stuff they doing to white spring breakers? No, I have not seen. I haven't seen that. I have not. And don't get me wrong, police shouldn't be aggressive like that with nobody. They kids on spring break, just having fun. I mean, have a certain amount of a presence, and just, you know, if somebody's doing something, let them know, hey, you can't do that, this and that, you know, but just coming off aggressively and running people. I mean, I just seen them run. The black kids just running. They falling over each other because the cops just, why is the cops chasing them? Black people, you should be outraged on this. I mean, you should be outraged. Now, this is the thing I want to say. When it comes to politics, this is the part I don't like. Y'all know I've ran for president of the United States. I've ran for many other different offices. I speak up. I'm a civil rights leader. You know, this is the thing that I don't like when it comes about politics. Because see, when Trump was in office, whenever the police did one thing wrong, you had everybody speaking up. Now we got a Democrat in office. People act like they want to be quiet. They don't want to say nothing because I guess they don't want Biden to get blamed for it or this and that. Shame on you. Because see, then this be letting me know it wasn't about this or that. It was about that y'all didn't like Trump. So that's why every time something happened under Trump's administration, you all stood hard. Y'all went really hard on it. Now that Trump is not in there, and now Biden is in office, and a Democrat is in office, now all of a sudden you're going way too soft, way too soft. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I'm an independent because I went independent. I've been Democrat for years. Went up in the ranks of the Democrats and different things, and I just noticed, I said, something ain't right here. Something ain't right. I went independent. I'm like, both y'all wrong. But don't get me wrong. I do tend to lean more towards the Democratic ideas than I do the Republican ideas, you know. But I don't like to see unfair treatment anywhere. And this is ridiculous. President Biden needs to speak up and say something about this. Yes, President Biden needs to say that what is going on in Miami and how the police are running over them black kids, doing smoke bombs, kids just out having fun during spring break. Okay, some things are happening, but many things happen when white kids are having spring breaks. They get raped, they get drunk, they fall out, all kinds of stuff. So don't sit there and try to act like that what is going on with the black kids down in spring break is more worse than on what goes on with the white kids. And you do not be as aggressive to the white kids spring breakers as you are the black kids spring breakers. These are educated black kids. Majority of them are just on spring break from school, going down there to enjoy themselves. How dare you running these kids over and got them running themselves over and throwing. So what did they do? Majority of them have done nothing but just out there dancing, having fun. It's ridiculous. I am so glad that the NAACP, I salute. Because sometimes I feel like the NAACP and some of our black leaders are too quiet when they need to be speaking up. You know, they speak up on certain issues that certain people want them to speak up for, certain people pay them to speak up on. But issues of protecting our babies, protecting our black kids, no matter what they've done. The key thing is you're doing unfair treatment. You didn't do the white kids like that, so what you doing our black kids like that? It's wrong. It is wrong. So I just wanted to say, you know, y'all should be outraged. Black, white people, all races of people should be outraged. Outraged. This doesn't make any sense. It is so wrong. Let them kids enjoy themselves. Okay, true. Given it's COVID and really nobody should be that close together, okay? But white people been that close together this whole COVID time. In the midst, in the height of all the infections, you seen nothing but people on the beach, people in groups together. I did not one time see cops go through there and bomb people and smoke bomb people and chase people and arrest. I didn't see none of it. All the media would do was just, and the media, you wrong. Because you tend to keep showing the black kids as your bad example for how to act in COVID. Now, all these white kids and all these other races have been getting together in large numbers, but you don't use them for an example. I know out here in LA, it was a house party. Now, all these people have different type of house party. For whatever reason, the media kept showing the house party that was majority black. Media, y'all need to stop that. Y'all need to stop that. On one hand, you're acting like you're standing up for Black Lives Matter, but on the other hand, you're still trying to use black people as your examples of negative behavior in COVID times. You are wrong for that. When, again, black people, again, are still the small percentage of our whole U.S. makeup, where it's more white people and other races, but yet they still show as the bad example the black people. Are you for real? So y'all, I pray. Because it's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. Media, you wrong. Miami, you wrong. Police, you wrong. Y'all wrong. But yes, I shared the article. You know, the reason why I shared it, not because police called, they still trying to defend it, because there is no defense against that. The news been constantly, then they be showing it over and over again. You know, so media, I'm like, what is up with that? Why you keep showing it over and over again? And then every once in a while, I'll be like, this is what you shouldn't do. But it ain't just the black kids that's doing it. White kids been doing this the whole year long. At least COVID is almost over for the sense of where the black kids are gathering like this. White kids have been gathering last spring break in the heightening of COVID viruses. White kids together like sardines. And again, white kids, I love you. But like I said, and don't get mad at me because I'm saying it. Our society is the one that created this unfair, this unjust. Because some people, oh my gosh, you're talking about rape. Oh, well, get over it. Get over it. Yes. Until we all can get treated good like white people, then we don't have to constantly do the comparing and contrast. And it's not comparing and contrasting, in the sense of this and that, but it's the unfair treatment. Unfair treatment. You shouldn't be chasing black kids around where they gotta fall over themselves like slavery days. And you ain't chasing no white kids. Not really. They really shouldn't be chasing nobody like that, hurting nobody. I hope a lot of these black kids' parents sue the police department. Sue. And police, for those of you all that see that something is not right in what your department is doing, speak up, police. That's what I'm saying. I know there are some police within the department, they be like, wait a minute, now we didn't treat the white kids like this when they were running all over the beach. And they were running all over the beach right when COVID was so high and people were dying, hundreds of people dying every day. They were politely, can you leave? Politely. This politeness with white folks, but then aggressiveness with black folks, over aggressive with black folks, needs to stop. It just needs to stop. So, I pray, because God don't like ugly. God just don't like ugly. God do not like ugly. And you're wrong, Miami. You're wrong. You're wrong. And thank you, NAACP, for speaking up. Thank you. Thank you. Because this is not right. And kids, for each one of y'all that failed because police chasing you, wasn't doing nothing, sue. Get you an attorney and sue. Sue. Attorneys. Lawsuits. It's a shame. It's amazing. We will see the blatant racism right in our face and not say nothing about it. The media constantly showing it over and over. And the media know they wrong. They wrong. They ain't show no white kids being chased by cops like that. The only time white people sometimes they get chased is if they helping with Black Lives Matter. And that's sad. They were helping with a black issue and that's how they got chased. Still relates to black people. Still relates that when you even do something for us, when it is us, we get the most harsh treatment. It's not right. So Miami, let them kids be. I mean, if y'all saying mask, but then again, I thought in Miami and Florida, they really ain't been masking really the whole time COVID been here. They've been close together the whole COVID year in Florida. So I'm confused on what did these black kids do so wrong that these cops are really the cops are harassing the kids. And then I see where they show a few incidents that happened. Okay, but come on. Even when the white kids are together, these same things happen. Don't act like this is just happening because the black kids are together. Don't do that. You're wrong for that. So, and then they extended the curfew all the way into April because black kids are down there. See, this is what I'm saying. Our color changes the whole scenario. Now, again, this beach has been open. These folks, the white people, have been all up and down through in Florida, every beach and there, But when a lot of us come, all of a sudden, new curfew rules, police chasing and smoke bombing folks, black folks, because they ain't doing other folks, they're doing black folks. Let's keep that real. I'm so glad that the NAACP got called it out, because I'm like, really? I'm like, I know I'm not the only one that see this. And then I know that, some people, they got certain jobs, certain things they scared to speak out on. But see, y'all, we got to speak out. We got to say something. They're my babies. All of us had a chance to have good spring breaks in our college years. Most of us. Reminded me a little bit of Freaknik down in Atlanta when they used to close all the exits. Now I'm thinking about that. That was sort of racist in a sense too. So black kids can't come together and have fun, but white kids can come together and have fun. And it seemed, they're aware, they're just having fun. All these movies about, was it Madhouse or just all these spring break movies about white people just doing all kinds of crazy things, having fun. And we just like, look at them having fun. Our kids get together. They done called every police service they have available. Kids ain't even doing nothing wrong. All right, well. I pray more people speak out because it's not right. And like I said, kids, for those of you that are down in Miami, if you got hurt running from the police and you weren't doing anything wrong, you were just, and somebody needs to actually even sue over that curfew. Curfew because black people are there? Really? Now there's a curfew all year long. Florida been maskless. Close together like sardines. Y'all know I'm a personality comedian. Not doing my comedy. I do a lot of race-related comedy because what they say, it'd be so sad. You have to laugh to stop from crying that this is actually going on. That these people are really mistreating these kids like this. You're like, really? And in Florida, where they didn't want to abide by nothing. during COVID times. All of a sudden now, they want to abide by some COVID rule. I'm like, if you don't sit your tail down, you ain't abided by nothing related to COVID all year long. COVID is almost over, and now you want to use black people as an example of people not abiding by COVID. All right, y'all. I'm your girl, Michelle Hope Walker. Let me put a date on this. Y'all know I like to date my stuff. So it is March 22nd, 2021. I just couldn't take it no more. The media just kept showing and kept showing. Then after they show the police, harassing black kids. But then the reporter would come on and talk about, oh my gosh, this is just a shame. Look at what these people are doing, gathering together. I'm like, now these white kids have been gathering I'm like, just to be fair. So white kids, I love you, but I'm just saying, just be fair. Y'all know y'all been gathering. And y'all know y'all ain't had no police chasing y'all, not for gathering at no beach. Not like that. They might act nicely at y'all to leave. Yeah, they're scared to tell the white because they don't know how many white kids got parents that are attorneys, judges, all these, police officers, They act like our kids don't have parents who are judges, attorneys. They do stuff to people who they think they could do stuff to and get away with it. And that's why I say in our society, we still have to watch it, even after all the Black Lives Matter marches. After the George Floyds and the, Breonna Taylors and the list continues on, actually, even now to this day, on how they're killing and mistreating black people. We still get mistreated by the police, in the media. It just still continues on. So we got to continue on speaking up about it, on saying something about it. And I pray that the kids in Miami, yes, be COVID safe, of however Florida would have you be COVID safe. But I'm just like, Florida ain't really never been COVID safe all this COVID time. So I'm like, what was it that they were asking the kids to do? And then regardless of what it is they were asking the kids to do, none of y'all Florida kids, none of y'all kids have done it all year COVID long. Then you get mad because the black kids aren't doing it. All right. It's just sad. It's sad. It's so sad you just break it to a laugh because you're like, I can't believe these people did this to these kids. These kids running, they falling over each other. They try to pull their pants up while they running. Bless their heart. It's just wrong. It is so wrong. Okay, y'all. Police in Miami, please stop hurting our black kids. Let the kids have fun. If they do something to each other, yes, police, we do need you to keep the safety, but we don't want you to harass the kids, okay? If you need to, in your mind, act like they're white kids. Sometimes you got to use your imagination. You know what I'm saying? Act like they white kids and treat them like you would treat white kids. I don't know. You got to, fool yourself, fool your brain. Act like they white kids and treat them as you would treat white kids. But just let the kids have fun. My gosh, they've been locked up. They couldn't, do it. Again, I'm still not really out like that. But evidently these kids are. And kids in Florida been out the whole COVID time. So it's like, All right, y'all. Well, I'm your girl, Michelle Hope Walker. You can follow me on my social media again at Twitter, Hope_speaks. That's the line, on the line, not the minus sign. Facebook, Michelle Hope Walker Speaks, period, listen. And Instagram, Michelle Hope Walker Speaks. So I just pray that the kids be able to have fun. I pray not too many of them got hurt too bad with the police chasing them and bombing them, smoke bombing them and all the rest of the stuff they was doing to the kids. officials there, mayors, governors, you're wrong. Correct the behavior of your police officers. Again, if all y'all can just envision and in your mind treat them the way you would treat white kids, I think we would get some better treatment. I really feel we would get some better treatment because we've seen the white kids get treated so much. I mean, the media have showed the white kids in Florida all out and things, but they never showed the police smoke bombing them and the police chasing them. And even when they wouldn't leave, I mean, it's been times they just showed and the media would just talk about, well, yeah, they're out there. And even sometimes the media would be so nice, but they're kids, they're just still going to get together. It's just so amazing, the different narrative they give to a news story when it's not black kids, when it's white kids, it's a positive story. They're just having fun, It's COVID, it's hard for them to be in the house. Let them have fun, That's for white kids. Black kids get out there. Oh my gosh, what are they out there for? They're wrong for this. It's COVID times. We got to chase them away. Yeah, no, I just get like extra on. But I just feel sorry for the kids because I know they're in pain right now. Had to run and then they got trampled on and the police done stuff to them. And now the police all of a sudden come up with all these stories. We really don't know if these stories are true or not. We really don't. We don't know if they're true or not. Where they're trying to say this happened and that happened. It may not even happen in the same area and kids are partying at. They might just be because they're trying to scramble to find a reason for their bad behavior of how they treated the black kids. So now they're going to try to find an excuse. Will this person happen? Will this person got raped? Will this person got shot? Will this person got... And again, police, don't get me wrong. Yes, we do need you, and we need you to do your job to keep the safety. Because again, no one is perfect. None of us are, no one, black, white, whatever your color, race, or whatever. But this aggressiveness that you're doing to these black kids overall, and they're not even doing anything, that's not right. You know the difference. You know the difference. All right, y'all. Okay, so I pray for the kids. Y'all just still try to have some fun during your spring break. I would say be COVID safe no matter where you are, from Miami to wherever, because COVID is not over yet. It is not done. But I'm just still looking at, again, the comparison on the treatment of how the white kids got treated and get treated and how our black kids get treated. And thank you, NAACP, because I had already put that out there. And so then to read that also the local NAACP is also just calling it like it is. Wait a minute, you don't treat the white kids like this when they're here and they live there. So, this is a local NAACP. So they know the treatment that the white kids get when they're all over the beach, all over the places. And they've been there the whole COVID times. White kids have been out the whole COVID times. In large numbers, close to each other. I know, because I've been watching them on TV and I've been like, oh my gosh, these kids. But we didn't see them get beat. We didn't see them get chased. We didn't see them get treated like our black kids did. That's like our black kids can't have fun. And that's why sometimes, when people are like, well, this happened, I said, you know what? But black kids can go and have fun. They can go to a party. They can have a party. People act like when something happened in a black world, oh my gosh, it was a party. Well, black kids can have a party. There's nothing wrong with them partying. White kids are partying all the time. Why do they make it sound like that black kids partying is a bad thing? It's not a bad thing. Stuff happened at white kids' parties. Stuff happens sometimes at black kids' party. That's the police officers, that's the police job, is to help keep the safety, regardless of what color it is. But you don't go and harass the people you're supposed to help keep safe. We have got to get out of this mentality that police customer service and safety only applies to white people. And that police harass and mistreat black people, but they give good customer service to white people. That's not right. We all should get good customer service. I've been places where I just literally seen a white person just tell police where to go. Do you think anything happened to that white person? No. Matter of fact, I think that time the officer just walked off. He was scared to say something bad. He didn't even say nothing bad. And I think the white guy followed him for a moment. I'm like, I just look, when I be seeing stuff, I just be shaking my head. I'm like, now if I would have said just a word, they would have had me in shackles so quick. I'm a black woman too. Now that would be comical to me. I'd be like, wow, look at this. Look at this. This is stuff only white people can do. All right, y'all. God bless. I'm your girl, Michelle Hope Walker. Y'all leave them Black Miami beachgoers, college kids alone. I'm your girl, Michelle Hope Walker.